Hello, my name is Ken Bach. I'm a 3D modeler and texture artist for MRSystems. This is a quick little introductory video of one of the methods that we have access to help us build the 3D plants that we do for customers. This is a quick drone footage that will go out to the site and deploy a drone and survey an entire plant to help us really visualize and take the whole plant into perspective from an angle that we wouldn't be able to do if we were just there with a camera or simply looking at engineering drawings. So one of the many benefits to this is it allows us to compare sizes of buildings to other buildings in relation to roads and generators in smaller areas that come into play that can be quite difficult when just looking at a 2D flat drawing or a simple photo. You don't really get every angle. What this allows us to actually go where we want to go and see every angle of everything to see if there's anything missing that we didn't catch through our other methods for building the plant. And it also allows us to really come in and focus on each area, because how we approach building plants typically is we focus on each individual area first, and then we are able to use this footage when we get in close, when we build the structure overall, and then we start adding the external details such as railings and pipes and gates, and and this footage is very useful in being able to make sure that it's accurate as possible and looks as accurate as possible as well, from texture point of view and also just for layout. I'm going to jump ahead here real quick, and you can see a little bit more of the plant, and it's just typically you would never be able to get this type of view with any other method, and it just really helps us out. We've even been able to use Google Maps, but then to that point the quality from that high up is not nearly as good as what we would get from here for the plants. So this is typically what we use. We'll cross-reference the footage from this video and others that we take along with the drawings and photos to help get the maximum amount of quality possible, because the drawings tell us a lot more of what's underground and internally, and the footage confirms whatever's on the external parts of these buildings and of the plants. So I'm going to jump ahead and you'll see the rest of the plant a little bit, and you'll see some of it's still under construction there, and a lot of it's already running. So that's the drone footage. Let me show you a comparison of what I work with in my 3D scene. And this is what I deal with on a day-to-day basis. Like I said, we'll typically focus on each individual area as I highlight, and then we'll start importing all these in to the plant. And what's extremely useful is when we have to build this road out piece by piece, we have to make sure it's accurate to match the buildings, because certain parts of the road are a certain size compared to parts of these buildings, and it'd be extremely difficult if we didn't have the footage to look at and reference whenever we needed to get the best quality result. And this again is this is how we work on a day-to-day basis, and how we can come in and modify and shift things where need be. If we need to move things closer, we can, just like that, or scale things larger or smaller. Typically we model everything to scale as best as possible. Sometimes the drawings aren't, we don't have full access to all the drawings necessary to really have these things at the exact size that they need to be. But again, that's where the footage comes into play and really helps us out with that. So that's just a quick type of interface that I work with for building out these sites. Let me go ahead and show you the final result of that right here, of our video footage.
Finally, we will export out the animations into a standard file format that can then be used in any HMI package. This gives us the benefit of not having to rely on the limited capabilities of the various SCADA software, and allows us to create a standard graphics library which we can then utilize across all HMI platforms.